If you are going to spend your money on a budget camera, and most of the options out there right now will disappoint you. Bad autofocus, poor low light, shaky footage, and a price that does not match what you actually get. I tested every major budget camera available in 2026, and only 5 of them are genuinely worth buying. Everything else failed. Here are the ones that passed. Before the list, if you want to know which cameras pass or fail before wasting money on the wrong one, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I do this testing so you do not have to. At number 5 is the Panasonic Lumix ZS99, priced at around $700. It carries a 20.3 megapixel sensor and a Leica-branded 30x optical zoom lens covering a range from 24mm all the way out to 720mm. That is enough reach to photograph a bird across an entire field and still see the detail in its feathers, from a camera that fits inside your jacket pocket. It shoots 4K video at 30 frames per second, slows down to 120 frames per second in high definition for smooth slow motion, and has 5-axis optical image stabilization built in. The screen tilts and responds to touch, and the camera charges through USB-C. In travel and street photography testing, the ZS99 was an absolute pleasure to carry. The 30x zoom locked onto a hawk landing in the distance and pulled back a sharp, usable image from a range where most cameras at this price would have given me an unrecognizable speck. The stabilization while shooting handheld on the move performed better than I expected, keeping footage smooth at a comfortable walking pace and delivering clean stills at shutter speeds where a camera without stabilization would have given me blur. The 4K photo mode was the real surprise during testing. It lets you extract sharp still frames directly from 4K video footage, so when something moves fast and unpredictably, you can roll the video and pull out the single best frame afterward. For wildlife, children in motion, or any situation where perfect timing is difficult, it is a genuinely clever solution. The honest limitation is that the smaller sensor struggles in truly dark conditions. A dimly lit restaurant or an indoor evening event will push this sensor to its noise limits. But for travel, wildlife, and versatile everyday shooting, the ZS99 earns its place. The camera above it, though, trades that versatility for something that no other camera on this list can replicate. At number 4 is the Fujifilm XT50, priced at around $900. It uses a 26.1 megapixel APS-C X trans sensor with the latest 5th generation X processor. The larger APS-C sensor means noticeably better low-light performance and more natural depth of field compared to the ZS99. It shoots video at 6.2K resolution with 10-bit internal recording, which is a level of quality that independent filmmakers actually use in paid productions. The autofocus system covers 425 focus points with artificial intelligence-based subject detection that tracks faces, eyes, animals, and vehicles automatically. It also comes loaded with 20 film simulation modes that replicate the look and tone of classic analog film stocks, and this is where the XT50 becomes something genuinely unique at this price. Testing the film simulations across street photography, portraits, and landscapes produced images that felt analog in a way that digital photography almost never does. These were images I actually wanted to print. The artificial intelligence autofocus tracked a cyclist moving through a crowded park reliably and confidently in situations where other cameras in this category regularly lost the subject. The 10-bit video with film simulation applied in-camera gave footage a cinematic quality that cameras costing significantly more struggle to match in terms of character and warmth. The limitation that keeps this camera at number 4 rather than higher is the absence of in-body image stabilization. Handheld video while walking or stills in low light will require a stabilized lens, which adds to the total cost. The camera at number 3, though, solved a problem that matters to an entirely different type of buyer, and it did it better than anything else on this list. At number 3 is the Canon EOS R100, priced at around $600, and if this is your first serious camera, or you are buying one for someone who has never shot with a dedicated camera before, this is the one. It carries a 24.1 megapixel APS-C sensor with Canon's Digic 8 processor, shoots 4K video at 24 frames per second, and full high definition at 60 frames per second, and uses Canon's dual-pixel autofocus across 143 focus zones. Canon's dual-pixel autofocus is one of the most reliable systems in the industry at any price point. It finds faces, holds focus smoothly during video, and works exactly the way a first-time user expects it to. There is a creative assist mode that guides beginners through adjusting settings using plain language, and a silent shooting mode for ceremonies or wildlife where camera noise is a problem. I handed this camera to someone with zero photography experience and sent them to shoot a family gathering. The images they came back with were sharp, well exposed, and genuinely good. The autofocus did most of the work without any input from them. The silent mode in testing was a real standout, delivering completely noiseless shooting at an implementation level that cameras costing several times more do not always match. The 4K video carries a crop that narrows the field of view, which matters if video is your primary use case. But the full high definition at 60 frames per second has no crop and looks excellent. For anyone who wants a camera that removes every barrier between themselves and great photographs, the R100 at $600 is the most honest and straightforward recommendation on this list. The camera at number 2, however, was engineered from the ground up for a completely different purpose, and in that specific area, it delivered results that nothing else here could touch. At number 2 is the Sony ZV1, priced at around $900. This camera was built specifically for people who record themselves, and every design decision reflects that. It carries a 20.1 megapixel, 1-inch Exmor RS back illuminated sensor, larger than most compact cameras at this price, paired with a ZES 24 to 70mm equivalent lens at f1.8 that pulls in serious light and produces natural background separation. It shoots 4K at 30 frames per second with log gamma support for color grading, and the screen flips all the way around to face forward so you can see yourself while recording. The autofocus uses Sony's real-time eye tracking technology, the same system found in Sony's professional bodies, and it activates automatically the moment your face enters the frame. In testing, I moved around a room, turned partially away from the lens, stepped closer and further back, and the eye autofocus stayed locked on me with a consistency that genuinely impressed me. There is a directional 3-capsule microphone built in with an external microphone jack, a built-in neutral density filter that handles bright outdoor light automatically, and a product showcase setting that intelligently shifts focus from your face to objects you hold toward the lens and then transitions back smoothly when you lower them. That product showcase feature was the biggest surprise of the entire testing session. I simulated a product review, holding items up while talking, and the focus transitions were so natural that the footage looked intentional and polished rather than automatic. For anyone creating tutorials, reviews, unboxings, or any self-recorded content, this camera executes that use case at a level nothing else on this list can match. The fixed lens range and the lack of interchangeable glass are the real limitations, but for content creators building around self-recorded video, the ZV1 is the most purpose-built tool here. The camera that took number 1, though, did not win in one category. It won across all of them. I want to be straightforward before the number 1 reveal. Going into this testing, I had a different camera in mind for the top spot based on reputation alone. Then the results came back across all 6 testing categories, and the camera below outperformed my expected winner in 5 of those 6. Not by a small margin. The gap was clear and consistent. This is the camera I would recommend right now to every photography enthusiast I know, regardless of experience level, shooting style, or what they are trying to create. At number 1 is the Nikon Z52, priced at around $1,000. It carries a 20.9 megapixel DX format sensor powered by Nikon's XSpeed 7 processor, the same processing engine used in Nikon's professional camera bodies. That processor is the reason this camera performs the way it does, handling noise reduction, autofocus calculations, and video processing at a level that cameras in this price range are not supposed to reach. The video specification alone sets it apart from everything else on this list. 4K at 60 frames per second and full high definition at 120 frames per second for slow motion that is genuinely usable at a professional level. The autofocus system automatically detects and tracks 9 subject types, including people, animals, vehicles, and aircraft without requiring manual selection. In testing, it was the most confident and consistent autofocus system I encountered across this entire comparison. Lock-on was fast, tracking through cluttered backgrounds was smooth, and subject loss was dramatically lower than every other camera tested. The 3.2-inch fully articulating touchscreen rotates 180 degrees, folding forward for self-recording, flat against the body for protection, or at any angle needed for creative shooting. There is a dedicated physical picture control button on the body for direct access to color and tone settings without going into menus. And there is a pre-release capture feature that begins recording frames the moment you half-press the shutter, capturing the moment before you even complete the full press. For wildlife, fast action, or any subject where the decisive moment happens in a fraction of a second, this feature changed the hit rate on those shots in a way that has to be experienced. In low-light testing across a dimly lit restaurant, an evening street, and a mixed-light indoor event, the XSpeed7 processor produced cleaner, less noisy images than every other camera on this list by a visible and meaningful margin. The one honest limitation is the price. At $1,000, it is the most expensive camera here, and getting the full potential out of it will eventually mean investing in better lenses beyond the kit option. But for everything it delivers across photography, video, autofocus, low light, and versatility, nothing else on this list comes close. The final verdict is straightforward. Only 5 budget cameras in 2026 are worth your money. The Panasonic Lumix ZS99, for anyone who wants maximum reach and travel versatility in one pocketable device. The Fujifilm XT50 for creative photographers who want images with genuine character and a cinematic video output. The Canon EOS R100 for beginners who need a camera that works naturally from day one without any learning curve in the way. The Sony ZV1 for content creators who record themselves and need reliable face tracking, clean built-in audio, and a flip screen that actually works. And the Nikon Z52 as the outright winner. The camera that dominated every meaningful test and delivered professional-level performance at a budget price point. If you can stretch to $1,000, this is where that money goes in 2026. And if cameras for travel specifically are what you are after, I just finished testing every travel camera available right now using the same process. Real conditions, real results, no shortcuts. Some of those outcomes were even more surprising than what you just watched. The video is on your screen right now. Click it to find out which travel cameras passed and which ones I would tell you to avoid completely.